Hey guys, welcome back. We're here today with One Piece Treasure Cruise. We have the new End of an Era event going on right now with the free-to-play Whitebeard, the Dex one, who's pretty decent actually. Not the most amazing unit, simply because he's kind of restricted with how many times he can use his special, but he's pretty good for free-to-play. And we have three teams here for you today. We're going to be using Friend Akainu and Friend Ace captains to get the most points possible, while trying to make the teams as free-to-play friendly and as friendly when it comes to not having really pulled many of the... Like, let's assume you didn't really pull on this banner, the Ace and Akainu banner. That's also going to be taken in mind here. Like, on this particular team, we have Kamazo from the, Zoro and Kaido banner. Then we have the Gyukimaru, then the free-to-play, what is his name, Weevil, and then we have, what is his name, V3 Legend, or, yeah, is that V3 Legend Mihawk? It's V3 or V2? No, it's V2. V2 6 plus Mihawk. So, when it comes to this team, the only really necessary unit you need, or units I would say you would need, are the Kamazo and the Gyukimaru to get rid of the defensive buffs off of Akainu on the final stage. So that's pretty much it. This team, like I show in this stage here, how stally and how long we can actually last with this team without having to be too reckless with our specials. I'm very conservative with the uses of specials here. And you can alter the run here to make it quicker if you'd like. But all I'm really displaying here is how safe the team is and how slowly you can take the run without having to, fail it. So yeah, we do get paralysis here in Aokiji stage on stage 4. If we use the ship special, we get rid of 2 turns of it. And then following that, we still have paralysis, unfortunately, so we really can't finish off Aokiji in this turn, so we're going to just try to see if we can get some matching orbs and move on to the next part. I do believe, unfortunately, he goes with I think it's a bind this turn? Yeah. Oh, slot changes impossible. Yeah, so I'm like, technically we could probably kill him if we use, Zoro Akainu special, but since I can't move my orbs, I think we have to stall here, which is fine because the team is made with stalling in mind. Especially since, we have our auto-healing with the Oro Jackson, which is giving us 2k HP back every turn. So that's going to help us buy as much time as we need to wait out Aokiji's bind on us. So yeah, you're just basically stalling until Akainu's fire basically incinerates him and will basically on its own kill him. And at the same time, while you're waiting out the bind, to make sure you're hitting your perfects as well to get rid of the perfect lock around your orbs, so that way you can actually swap your orbs in the following stage when you're fighting Akainu. That's very important as well. So yeah, we're just kind of being mindful, trying to hit our perfects. And there we go. I think that should get rid of it. I'm pretty sure Akainu's fire kills him. Nope, next turn, which is fine. You can technically just tap and pass. I just decided to hit perfects just to kind of practice with some of these units. Since I haven't really used Kamazo and Gyukimaru all that much. And especially more so 6 plus Mihawk, I haven't really used at all since I evolved him. So kind of going to turn into a Dex type here. He's going to rewind our specials by, I believe, 2 turns. So we do have to wait an additional turn here, unfortunately. So you can just tap, move forward. You can technically have, I could have technically tapped with Kamazo and then hit with somebody else after him to get that meat orb, but it wasn't really necessary since this, like I said, this team is very safe. So if you have these units and you want a safe run and you don't have any of the newer units, this is a really good team to run here. So we're going to use Kamazo to get rid of the defense up. We had to wait a turn because Kamazo only gets rid of 4 turns of defense up instead of 5. So that's another reason we had to delay as well, on top of the special rewind. And then we can use Akainu here, his versus special, to make Powerhouse and Driven units quick orbs matching and beneficial. And really, that's pretty much all there is to it. And we finish him off very easily there. Doesn't take a lot of effort. Really safe, really fun team. Very, well, I wouldn't say free-to-play friendly, but if you don't have the new units, then it's definitely not a bad way to go. So here's another variation as well. We're using Kaido instead of V3 Zoro with V2 Kaido. We are using the new Whitebeard as well, so if you've acquired the new Whitebeard, this might be a good alternative. Or in the previous team, you can technically switch out Whitebeard, not Whitebeard, sorry, you can switch out the Mihawk with the Whitebeard and you would be just fine. It's just if you want to get those additional points. But once again, we are running Kamazo and Gyukimaru just because out of the boosted units, they're the only ones, to my knowledge, that get rid of the defense up and the damage threshold. I think maybe one, maybe two other units do, but they're not, like, really that great for this team. So yeah, just, you don't really have to stall too terribly much. Everybody should be close to already just raring to go right out the gates. Let's see, who are we waiting for, actually? Yeah, so only a couple are at like two turns until they're finished, so you can technically just go right through the stage instead of waiting like I did. I actually have no idea why I didn't just kill that turtle right away. Not to mention, I mean, if the turtle only has one turn when you enter the stage, it's going to attack you and get killed by Akainu anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So we're here on stage 3 with the Kizaru. Just want to tap. No specials necessary for him. He doesn't have a lot of HP. And, you know, if you want, you can take a little bit of damage from these guys if you want to help enable Kaido's Versus special. But I don't think it's 100% necessary. You can basically just go right through the stage if you want to. But once again, just kind of demonstrating how safe the team is, that you can take some damage, you can make some mistakes, and you can still get through the stage relatively easily. So once again, we're here with Aokiji. He's going to do the same old, same old. This time we won't be able to get rid of the silence right away, so we are going to stall for at least 4 turns. I'm pretty sure we stall longer simply because of the bind that he does to us, since we want to save up most of our specials for the final stage. And we don't, unfortunately, we don't really have a unit that isn't the brand new Luffy that's boosted that gets rid of the paralysis and the special bind simultaneously. I mean, Gyukimaru can get rid of the paralysis, but if we use him now, we won't have the threshold damage reduction to use on Akainu, so we do have to save that, unfortunately. So yeah, he's going to do his bind, be annoying per usual, but you don't really have to do too much. Akainu will basically do all the damage that you need to do to get through the stage. And it's damage that you're doing while kind of stalling through the debuffs that Aokiji gives you. I mean, look, our entire team is binded, and it's still no problem. It's almost autopilot, actually. Very fortunate that even though what would you call it? Even though you're not getting a whole lot of points through this, the event is relatively easy, and the rewards are really nice. So, you know, even if you don't have the greatest boosters, the best you can do, in my opinion, is just to bring, well, obviously as many as you can. Bring the new Whitebeard once you get him, and then just try to find as many friend versus Akainu and Aces as you can to facilitate those extra points, because they do give you, I think, 1.6 times extra points, which is really nice. So yeah, we stall here because, you know, once again, we did get rewinded, but we can use Weevil's special here to boost it by 1 turn, so it turns on all of our specials, and then we get the orb boost. Then we can use our damage reduction special here, and then we get the chain lock as well. And then since, another thing that's important to note here too, I mean, it's not 100% necessary. If you're not, like, if you're running Gyukimaru and you're not, like, running another, like, orb manipulator, on this stage you want to make sure Gyukimaru has a quick orb. So that way when you use his special, he'll give all quick orbs to your entire team, and then you can follow up with versus Akainu, and he will make that all beneficial for your entire team. Very good to use, but yeah, once again, very simple, very straightforward, nothing too difficult there. And now we have our final team here. This is a team that I kind of put together, keeping in mind that maybe you pulled on the Sugo Fest and you got all the rare recruits, you know, minus the brand new Ace and Akainu, kind of like me. So this is a good alternative if you just have the rare recruits and you don't have the brand new legend. If you only have maybe like a few of these rare recruits and not all of them, just kind of switch them with a unit that would be beneficial. Like, Jozu here is just here for points. He literally does not do anything else. So if you want to make your run smoother, if you want to make it quicker, just replace him if you don't have him with somebody else that would add damage to your team or something to that extent. Doesn't really matter who you replace them with, though. Just be an example. Luffy obviously isn't necessary, but he makes the run a lot quicker simply because he's meant to deal with Aokiji stage, since he gets rid of bind, and not bind, sorry, special bind and paralysis on that turn, on that stage. So he makes the run a lot quicker. Alright, so we're already on the Kizaru stage. Once again here, I believe we're just going to tap. He doesn't have a lot of HP. And since we have versus Ace here, he's strength, so he's going to blow through Kizaru pretty easily just by himself. Alright, down to the final mob here. We're going to take a tiny bit of damage, but nothing too big. Then we're going to just tap again and then move on to the next stage. Alright, so with Aokiji here, yeah, Luffy is basically just built to take down this stage. So we're going to activate him right away. After getting rid of these debuffs as well, we're going to activate Lucy's special as well to give us an attack bonus that will carry into the next stage as well when we're fighting Akainu. I think technically you could, yeah, you can definitely use Whitebeard here because he does reduce his own cooldown by 6 turns every time another unit uses a special. So we can use his special again on the next stage as well. Just by he's kind of like Soba Mask, right? Like Legend Soba Mask. Every time you use a unit special besides his, it'll reduce his cooldown. So that's how you go from his 1.75 attack multiplier to using him a second time. Oh, that was loud. And then getting it to a 2.5 times multiplier when you use it again in the same turn. So we're going to use Jozu pretty much for the cooldown reduction there. But you can take a couple hits from Akainu if you don't have him. It's not really a big deal. Aokiji to get rid of the defense up and the damage threshold, and then we're going to use Ace to give us matching orbs as well as the orb boost, and then we're just going to finish this guy off in 2 hits. If you need any more additional help, just feel free to message me in the comments and I'll get back to you guys. Either way, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.